80% of African Americans, stop pretending, cannot afford to come to Africa.
Wow, really?
I'm saying they cannot afford. They may want it in their heart, but America has them shoes, have them bootstrapped, tied. Because guess what? They have to pay mortgage every month. They have to pay their car note every month. They have to pay their insurance every month. They can't even watch DSTV unless they pay every month.
Wow.
So how are you going to have money to say, let me go back and learn about my family, my history, my roots when every month you have to worry about, I got to pay this. I got to pay. When do you get a break to think?
Wow.
But that's the system. This allows me to control you left, right, because you never have time to stop and say, oh, how do I work on this or where do I go from here?
These are facts. These are hard facts. You know, this is truth. So if you cannot afford to go to Africa, if you don't have the resources to go to Africa, if you have not planned, if you have not saved, how are you going to survive in Africa? You understand what he's saying, right? The system is structured to keep you in chain. And this is why when I said, you know, that a lot of local Africans are living better than us in the West, because they are not burdened down by their bills the way that it is structured here, over there. People, you want to build a house. The guys build their house cash. It may take them 1 year. It may take them 2 years. It may take them 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to build that house. But by the time that house is finished, they own it. No banks can take it away from them. How many of us buy houses here and then you may get into difficulties? In America, a lot of Americans, when it comes to like healthcare, a lot of Americans, you know, have gone bankrupt because of the healthcare system that you have over there. In Canada here, we don't have that problem. We have universal healthcare. A lot of Americans, we're doing well. You understand? But God forbid, somebody gets sick in that family. They've gone bankrupt. They lose their home. They lose whatever, right? In Africa, Tanzania, whatever, I've seen young men, women, you know, that are doing very well. They want to buy a car, guys, they buy cash. So if you do not plan, if you're not save, you come to Africa with no money, you come to Africa, you didn't do any research, you come to Africa and you are not prepared, and then you complain. Of course you're not going to last in Africa. Of course you're going to leave. You don't come to Africa hoping to find a job. You have to be highly skilled, an engineer, software engineer, construction engineer, mechanical engineer, or whatever, guys. If you have those type of qualifications, you can come to Africa and you will be grabbed up by companies, right? But if you're just the average Joe, you come into Africa, you have to contribute. People talk about Tanzania, the way Tanzania is or whatever. In Tanzania, if you follow the rules of Tanzania, you don't have a problem in Tanzania. You don't. As long as you follow the rules, as long as you do what you have to do, this is what you have to do to remain in our country. Can you do it? If you can't, you leave. But if you know that, okay, I love Tanzania, I want to remain in Tanzania, these are the rules for Tanzania, I do what I have to do to remain in Tanzania. And as long as you do it, you don't have a problem. You don't have a problem, guys. So if you know that you want to come to Africa, be prepared. If you know you don't have any money, don't come to Africa, because Africa will eat you up and spit you out. Plan for Africa. Make sure that you are ready for Africa. And come what may, you're staying in Africa.
I wouldn't go back. For $100 an hour job, I wouldn't go back. I would not go back at all.
Okay. She's married to a black man. She's married to an African. See now. See what she's saying, yeah? I've met many. You understand? Tanzania have a lot of people from Denmark. And when I go on my walk, I don't show it, you know, on my videos. When I go on my walk to Kisota, I have met a lot of Danish people that live in Kisota, build big houses. They are not going back to Denmark. They'll only go to visit. What's wrong with us, man? I keep saying, you call yourself African American, you call yourself Afro-Caribbean, and you do not have staying power. You complain about Africa? Why? Man, Get over it, man. Be proud. You want to come to Africa, be proud. You see what you're saying? I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back. Even if they pay me $100 per hour, I wouldn't go back. So I said sometimes we allow people to inherit what belongs to us, to take our inheritance. We allow people to enjoy what belongs to us. And why we don't like anything that's black? We're so brainwashed and we are so conditioned to hate anything that has black association. And they enjoying it because we give them the opportunity to take, we give them the opportunity to enjoy what's rightfully ours. When are we going to wake up, man, and start loving ourselves and start appreciating what we have?
Getting up in the morning, doing what you have to do, and rushing to go and punch the clock to make somebody else rich. You get to decide what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it.
Isn't it grand to be living free? You get to decide what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, when you're going to do it. This is freedom. I tasted it. And it's sweet. I tasted it, guys, and I am not coming back into it. It's like a genie that escaped from the bottle. He's not going back in that bottle once it tastes freedom, guys. When you taste freedom, and this is what I said before, right? You don't know what it is to be free until you are free. Hi. When you imagine your life, you're in control of your life. You're in control of your life. You're in control of when you wake up. You're in control of when you go to bed. You're in control of how you, when you, oh my God, guys, it is sweet. Have you tasted it yet? Have you tasted freedom? It is wonderful, guys. It's wonderful.
I'll be honest. No matter how successful I get in America, no matter how successful I get, I never feel like I belong.
Really?
Yeah. Is everything all good? There's nothing all good anywhere on this earth. You got to think deep about it. No matter how successful you become in America, you can live a very comfortable life. Gated community, big, nice house. At the end of the day,
You never belong.
you never belong.
This is powerful. This is powerful, and this is true. This rings true to me. You understand? I never had a sense of belonging, even when I was in the Caribbean. Yeah, I never had a sense of belonging, guys. And let me tell you something, guys. Before I left the Caribbean at a very young age, right? I was 19. I was 19 when I left. And I was a police officer in Grenada. I was a police officer for a year and a couple months, right? After school, you know, the only place that I could have, and at that time, many young men or women went into the Royal Grenada Police Force because this is a place that offer you employment, yeah? At that time, I was making money for what it's worth, you know, being on the island, you know, the amount of money that I was making. I could have afforded to buy some land. I could have afforded to build a house. I mean, it was tight. It was a struggle, but I could have done it. But I never belonged. I never felt like I belonged there. I always wanted more. And like I said before, when I was in school, our library in our school was donated by the Canadian government. So I would go to the library and I would read. Although I have family in England, I had family in America, I had family whatever. So when I wanted to travel, I had a choice where I'm going to go. I chose Canada because the love I had for the books that was in our library. When I read about Canada, my older sister was here. She's since passed away. I chose Canada, yeah? I came to Canada. I believe I was successful here. But I didn't belong. And as the years go by, whatever, it became more and more intense that I have to get out of here. I don't belong here. And like I said in a previous video not too long ago, the moment I went to Africa, the moment my feet touched the African soil, man, I knew this is where I belong. This is what I've been longing for. This is what I've been searching for. This is what I need. So he's right. It don't matter how much look at this now. Our people have given so much to America, yeah? Our people have given so much to France. And look at how they are treated. The Tuskegee Airmen, men who ran in the Olympics in Germany in the 1930s or whatever, yeah? They made America looked proud, but when they went back to America, there was not available things were not readily available to them because of the color of the skin. Many of our black American soldiers was not given pension, who fought in wars in the name under the American flag. They were not treated the same. Yes. So the only place that me personally, I felt a sense of belonging is in Africa.
Let's speak about Africa more. Real estate is one of the investment opportunities available. What else do you see?
Everything.
So tell me two more.
Everything you want to be good at, you can do it
In Africa.
in Africa. Period.
Any particular country?
Listen, I'll give you an example. You can have spent 5 years in the city of Atlanta, Georgia, working on road maintenance and understand how roads are built. And if you come over here with some information and a little bit of money, in 5 years, you can be the biggest road civil contractor in the area.
I said it, and I see it. When I see the amount of building that's going on in Tanzania, construction, roads, road network, shopping mall, whatever, guys, I see the amount of construction that's happening in Kenya. I see all over Africa, they are building. And who do you think getting those contracts? I talked about it before. The Chinese and the Koreans are the ones getting those contracts. We have civil engineers. Man, you can come to Africa, you can set up your construction business. You build your construction business from the ground up. You build. And then you come to a stage, guys, where you have all the equipments, whatever, guys, and then you can start bidding for contracts. You black. You start bidding for contracts, but we are not doing it. The vacancy is there, so the Chinese come in, the Korean come in, and they fill the gap. Hundreds of millions of dollars in Tanzania only, yeah? The Tanzanian government gives to the Chinese and the Koreans to build. We have it, guys. We have it. The opportunities are there. You can do anything. You can be anything you want in Africa. You don't have to compete with anyone. Out here, we compete with the whites. We compete with the Chinese. We compete with the Indians. And they look down on us. They think that we cannot measure up. In Africa, you don't have to compete. You're up front, be it in IT, be it in construction, be it in pharmaceutical, be it in healthcare, be it in every sector, guys, manufacturing. We can do it. Africa gives you the opportunity to do that.
This is a message to any black person worldwide. I think if you are going on vacation to Tulum and Cabo, that's great. But if you have an opportunity, a chance, a moment to visit Africa, Ghana, Lagos, Tanzania, Ethiopia, then you should take that chance. There's nothing like being surrounded by black people, understanding your culture, feeling welcome, feeling safe. It's nothing like what America will teach you that it is. It's something that what we learned about is it's better, it's bigger, it's beautiful, the people are kind. So I encourage you to go understand your roots, find your people, and love them the way that they would love you. Wow.
I've said it many times, yes, on this channel. I've said it many times. I travel, yes. I travel. Cambodia, I travel to Malaysia, I travel to like Korea, on the way to like Thailand. Thailand has always been my favorite destination. And when I'm coming back from Thailand, I always choose a flight where I have a layover in Korea for 16 hours. You can get out and you can, so basically you visit two countries. So that's what I used to do, right? I travel like Thailand. Guys, listen, I was going to leave like Canada and my destination was Thailand, northern Thailand, Chiang Mai. You understand? This is where I was going. I was not staying in Canada. I was going to Thailand. But the moment I start having the urge for Africa, and I went to Africa, I don't go anywhere else. And I don't want to go anywhere else. It is important, we go to other places, we go to other places and put our money there, yeah? In Tanzania, you see commercials on TV, man. Come to Dubai, and all the lights and everything, fireworks, right? And a lot of Africans run to Dubai, man. Do you want to go to Dubai? Dubai is it. Habibi, come to Dubai. We don't think about traveling the like continent, guys. If you have an opportunity to visit Africa, I'm not telling you to settle in Africa. You know, you may go there and you may cut the bug. You may catch the bug. You want to settle in Africa, yeah? Is nothing as a black person and being on the continent of Africa, walking your ancestral land. Sometimes I walk, you know, and I say, wow, how long has this trail been here? My people, it doesn't matter if you're from South Africa, East Africa, West Africa, North, it doesn't matter where you are. We are Africans, and Africa is our ancestral home. And when I walk the trail, sometimes I said, wow, my people walk this trail. When I'm traveling out, sometimes I turn to my Tanzanian brother and said, wow, can you imagine our people walk this land, our people travel this land? And just imagine this tree. You look at some big old tree and they say, wow, our people might have sat at the foot of this tree. There is nothing like it, guys. It's a beautiful thing. You have an opportunity to visit Africa as a black person. Come to Africa. Come to Africa, man. Come to Africa with an open mind. Come to Africa, you know, that you come to Africa and help build Africa. Come to Africa and take advantage of the opportunities, guys. I'm telling you, the Indians have been doing it for how many years? Hundreds of years. The Chinese are coming in. The Chinese are doing it because they see the potential. They see. How is it that they see it and we can't? Why? They're setting up big companies in like Tanzania, all over Africa. The Chinese are there. The Indians are there all over Africa because they see the potential. And they're taking advantage of it, and we don't. This is the African Jumpy. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Please don't forget, guys, to give the video a like, leave a comment, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are on the verge of 3,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, or don't forget, guys, to leave a comment. It helps the algorithm. We strain, guys. I'm in Toronto. We strain. My channel is about Africa, but I'm in Canada. I'm still keeping it going. We're still going to touch on topics of Africa. When I have my surgery, if I cannot do the video, I can't see properly until I'm healed properly, then I'm going to like continue doing videos, guys. But we are here and we are talking about Africa. We are bigging up Africa. We loving Africa. It don't matter, in spite of whatever. Africa is our home and we have to love what's belong to us. I am not going to put down what belongs to me to please any other. Yes, there are issues in Africa. Yes, there are problems. Yes, there are things that can be fixed. But at the end of the day, it belongs to us. And I would not join with anyone to put down blackness. Peace and love. Until next time.